Of India is gathering importance for the UK because of its size, because of the growth out there. Where does Britain figure in the Indian scheme of things, and what exactly is the role that the diaspora, the very powerful diaspora, going to play in that? Well, to answer some of these questions, all with a pleasure talking to Manoj Ladwa, who is the person who set up the India Global Forum, been really driving all economic relations. Manoj, aren't you, here in Britain? You're a sort of unofficial ambassador for the Indian business community here in Britain.
You're flattering me too much, Vikram. I play my role just like many other people within the diaspora to help strengthen the relationship between our two great nations, our two great democracies.
Well, you achieved one thing, right? You've got a person of Indian origin as the Prime Minister of Britain. Well done, Manoj.
Well, we have to pinch ourselves
Yes.
that we do have somebody of Indian origin, somebody of my generation that has become the Prime Minister of this country. And I just have to look back when I was growing up. It wasn't trendy to be Indian in this country. We grew up at a time when there was a lot of racism on the streets, and you were almost frowned upon when you said that you were Indian or of Indian origin. And in a matter of just 2 or 3 decades, we now have Rishi Sunak as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom.
All right, Manoj, let's just think about where Britain then should stand when it comes to India, because obviously people will be interested in India, a country which is growing that fast with the size that is happening. How should India be looking at Britain?
Look, there's a lot of talk in India that this country is a declining power, that it's a declining economy and so on. But there are some fundamentals about this country which make it extremely, extremely attractive, especially for India. One is, of course, its diaspora. We have a 1.5 million strong diaspora. We've just talked about the fact that the country has an Indian origin Prime Minister. But beyond that, India is now one of the largest investors into the UK, and one of the largest employers in the manufacturing sector, has the largest number of students studying in UK universities. So there's a huge amount of...
I thought India's not trying to reverse that by saying get your universities into India so we don't have to waste foreign exchange sending them here. Tell them all to come and set up in India somewhere.
Well, that's an opportunity in itself as well.
Yeah, that's true.
I think no longer it's the physical location, but it's the fact that people can move more freely between the two countries and set up businesses and so on. That's important.
A lot is being said about the fact that the economic growth and the infrastructure and the digital rollout and the technology that is coming in India, but then there's a second side also. There's all this talk about democracy and what's happening. So how do you see India being perceived here increasingly?
Look, if we read the media in this country or anywhere else and we just take that as gospel, then we would have a very warped view of where things lie. But you just have to look at the fact that the relationship between the UK and India has been probably more busier now than it has been at any other time. Just the other week, you had the Indian Science Minister, Mr. Jitendra Singh, signing a science and technology agreement between the two countries. We're on the verge of a free trade agreement as well, which is being negotiated in all vigor and earnest, as you would expect. But there is a lot of communication between the two countries, and a recognition that India is a country on the rise. India is a country on the move. It is the largest, most populous country in the world, but it's the fastest growing large economy in the world.
Well, you're the person who's putting all of this together, Manoj, and working on all these relationships. So thank you so much for talking to us, and we'll continue to stay in touch on how this entire path is going to continue to go forward. Yeah, but it's beautiful out here, isn't it?
It is. It's absolutely stunning.
Nice weather. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.